God, blew my mind. I really expected like 100 to 200. I never expected up to 514 responses, and some of them are still coming in when I looked at the date. Some came in today, which is outstanding because the Reddit post is way off the front page, or it was when I was getting most of the votes in. Okay, let's go. We have 514 responses. The first question was, which of the following do you feel most strongly needs to be added into old school RuneScape? Automatic trading through the post plus buy offers, no offline trading. That got 134 votes and 26% of the overall votes. Full GE with offline trading, price tracking, Fallujah, etc. got 183 votes, that's 36%. And either of the two would be fine with me, got 100 votes, which is 19%. I do not want any of these things to be added, got 97 votes, which is also 19%. In total, the people who want something to be done, which would be the first three questions combined, is 81%. The people who wouldn't like nothing to be done is 19%. The second question, if you had to choose between one or the other, you choose which of the following. Automatic trading through the post plus buy offers, that got 188 votes with 37%. Full GE, that got 244 votes with 47%. Nothing, I like no update to trading, that got 82 votes with 16%. This is odd because these are two required questions, which means whoever answered this also answered this, but for some reason 81% of people said they want something to be done with these three combined, but then here there's 84% of people, which means that people who said I do not want any of these things to be added here, around, what is it, like 16 of them, or maybe 15 of those people went here and then voted for they do want something to be done, which is extremely odd. I have to say, I don't really understand who did that. How satisfied are you with the current state of trading in old school RuneScape? 1 being the least and 10 being the greatest. Here there's it's actually variant. There's a spread. There's a very big variant spread. 1 being the least satisfied, got 67 votes, excuse me. That's 13% of the overall votes. 2 is 25 at 5%. 3 is 56 votes with 11%. 4 is 50 votes with 10%. 5 is 76 votes with 15%, and 5 is actually the highest percentage. 6 is 44 with 9%. 7 is 72 with 14%. 8 is 57 with 11%. 9 is 28 with 5%, and 10 is 38 with 7%. Overall, there's more least than there are greatest, but then I believe if you take everything from below 5 to 10, it adds up to a higher percentage than, above 5 to 10, it adds up to a higher percentage, but below 5 to 10, I'll keep 5 as neutral because it's right in the middle. So overall, it seems more people are satisfied than not satisfied, but not by much. Oh yeah, there's a nice chart here. I forgot about these. You can look at that. Nice aesthetics there. Visual eye candy for you. What is your current total level on old school RuneScape? This was for demographic purposes. I know people like to see who's voting, so I figured I'd add this in just for that. These were optional, so not everyone who voted added this in, but a great deal of people who voted did do it, which was surprising because usually when I vote, I like to get it done quick, and I don't usually add the extra information. So total level B. What is your current total level in old school RuneScape? 100 to 500. 11 people voted, and that's 2% of all the overall votes. 500 to 1,000. 39% voted. 39 people voted. Excuse me. I'm getting tongue-tied here. It's very late. And 8% of the overall that represents. The highest portion, or the second highest portion, is 1,000 to 1,500, with 167 people voting and 32%, and 1,500 to 2,000 overall total level with 243 votes, and 47% makes up the most out of all these. So basically, the most votes came from 1,500 to 2,000 total, which I believe most people in RuneScape are, so it does make sense. And 2,000 to 2,277 had 45 people and 9%. I'd consider those not the elite, but very high level players, and their input probably does represent a good deal. But when I was looking, most of those players in my analytics on my spreadsheet, I'm not showing the spreadsheet here because this is more visually, it's a good visual way to represent this than the spreadsheet, which is kind of everywhere. You can't really understand the spreadsheet. So it seems like from the spreadsheet data, they voted the elite anyway. The 9% here, of the highest total level, they voted towards doing something, either GE or automatic trading. The second one is, what year did you begin playing RuneScape? And if you don't want to listen to me, you could just mute it and read. You probably might have to put into full screen. I'm recording on my Mac very quickly because I'm trying to get this done quickly. I promise you it'd be done within 24 hours, but I was very busy today with a final paper, so I'm just trying to get this done before I pass out. During Classic 2000, let me read the question. What year did you begin playing RuneScape? During Classic 2001 to 2004, which were the years Classic was out, 39 people voted. That's 8% of the overall votes. The start of RS2, which was in March 2004, this one was released officially, not the beta. 93 votes, that's 18%. 2005, 148 votes, that's 29%, which is the highest voting percentage here. 2006, 121 votes, that's 24%. 2007, 68 votes, that's 13%. 2008, 31 votes, that's 6%. 2009, 7 votes, that's 1%. 2010, 2 votes, that's 0%. It's probably a decimal, but it turned into 0%. I guess Google rounds down or something. 2011, that's 1, that's 0%. So we can see here that most people that voted on this poll, and I'm guessing most people in general play RuneScape, it will probably apply to them, since it seems to be the people who play RuneScape and on RS Reddit 2007 Scape. It seems they started about 2006 and before, with very few players starting in 2007. Overall, 13%. And it just dwindles down. Like, no one started like 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011 who started playing RuneScape and then went to old school RuneScape, which makes sense. Old school RuneScape is kind of a nostalgia thing. I'm pretty sure if this was for an RS3 poll, a lot of people would have voted they started playing within the recent years. Here are the extra comments. I'm gonna read them off and address them. Some of them are trolls and such. The two above these, see, I have scrolled down a little, was just blatant racism and obscure very bad comments using obscenities that I didn't think I wanted to repeat or show anybody. So whoever did put those in, come on, stop being a little child, man. Why are buy offers and automatic trading not separate options? Well, I'll address this. I did this purposely because Mod Ash had explicitly said that buy offers currently were not possible without automatic trading because they're worked into this. They use the same backend as RS3 uses for the Grand Exchange, so it would be impossible to have the buy offers and not automatic trading. So that's why I put it into one and not separate, because I was trying to be realistic with the survey to what could be done right now. GE, please. Cry more. Jamfex, please. Very good questions. Data will be very interesting. 5YP. I believe a buy option should be implemented without there being an auto trade. I already just talked about that. But maybe Ian can change that on engine. Trevor. Whenever I see Trevor just like that, it reminds me of like Hodor. Trevor is the Hodor of RS 2007 Scape. Or R 2007 Scape. My apology. My tongue twisted. My apologies. And I probably blew out someone's ear with that. I'm an Iron Man, so to be honest, I don't care RFL, but if they add a GE with offline trading, merchants will start to fuck up shit and control the prices just like in the EOC. From my experience on the game, the merchanters control the prices currently, and the merchant bots as well, so it could be a valid point, but I think we're already experiencing that. Trading ain't that bad. That's your opinion. I don't think it's that bad, but could be better. No GE, please. I'm happy with the way trading currently works. While I think the GE was bad for the economy when it was released, it will be a smoother transition this time. As players understand how it works already. I'm sorry. Misread that for a second. I don't want CoinShare, but I want because I don't want to waste couple hours of my life waiting for buy items. That's true. That's a big concern with people. The wait time for buying items or selling items. GE devalues way too many items and is mostly wanted by people who want everything at their fingertips without any work. Trading isn't hard and only takes a small amount of time, unless you're merging a horde of items for weeks/months. I realize some of this text is being cut off, but very small amount, so I'm not going to redo the video just because the text is going to cut off. So you can either listen to me or you can fill in the blanks with your head. Megan, I apologize for that. GE had 1. Offline trading. 2. Trading limits. 3. Price estimations. What is needed? 1. Offline trading. 2. No trade limits. 3. Ability to see what people are buying / selling for. I'm going to try to put as little as my feeling into this, I don't want to influence this with any bias. When I'm reading this, I'm going to try to read what you're saying and let that be that. If you're wondering why I'm not addressing each one of these. GE. Trading through the post, not automatically, is the best idea. What? If trading through the post, not automatically, is the best, isn't that what we have now? That doesn't mean you could trade through the post, but then isn't it in a way automatically because you're not meeting up? I'm not. If whoever wrote that can clarify that to me, I'm not sure exactly what you mean there. Most of the reasons I no longer play old school RuneScape is because I don't have any patience to trade with people. It's not the people, it's my laziness. Well, at least you're an honest person. Turning down on scamming would be the biggest improvement. I don't have time to deal with hopping worlds, all that other shit. I'm a full-grown man with other things to do than spend 20 minutes trying to sell a dark bow. Smoke weed every day. Fuck merchers. Fuck her right in the pussy. I find myself spending a lot of time running around trading people. Trevor was here. Of course he was. Twice. Please do not implement a grand exchange. Please do not. Old school wouldn't be old school with it. One thing I absolutely love is going to Varrock on World 1 and finding a bargain, running to where people sell barrows and potions and runes, etc. It's really great to see all the people around V West. Old school RS for me at the moment is perfect. I'm not gonna. I don't want to put bias into this or anything, but if you go to World 1 to look for bargains, that's a bad idea. World 1 is filled with the most merchants and merchanting bots, and what you're gonna find there is overpriced items. And usually the people who buy those overpriced items are the people who don't know about Zybez. Well, no, the trading post is out. You can find much better deals on Zybez than you can in World 1. Just for a reference to you, if you're really spending more money in World 1, man. I think that a GE would be good if there was no loot share. Then I would prefer it over trading posts with buy offers and automatic trading. Well, that could be a possibility. I was just saying full GE because that's what was announced in the development blog. It could be a possibility without loot share or with loot share. I'm not sure how the PVM community vote with that. I've seen people for it and against it, and they both had good points, especially with the flooding of gold into the game and the selling of the item for the minimum price and stuff like that. I mean, I've read arguments and both sides have good points. I don't really have a standing place on that. I'm open to either or. What's with all this GE hype? I like how the GE works in general, but I don't support the idea of crashing the market again. The GE made it impossible to merge on RuneScape before. I wouldn't look forward to that happening again. See, I'm confused here because I'm getting so many conflicting comments. Like, 50% of people believe like it'll be a merchant in haven. All the merchants will be using it and making these billions and inflating the market. And then another 50% come along and say, I can't merchant with this. Like, it's impossible. It'll make merchanting worse. So, I mean, it's one or the other, guys. And my username is Randalicious. Is that how you say it? Randalicious. Nice. My username is Randalicious. Rank 6 overall. Nice, man. Feel like I have a lot of experience. Well, if you're ranked 6 overall, I wouldn't disagree with you. This game needs automated training desperately. I have done more trading than most. I'm sorry, I'm reading this horrible. I'm going to start all over again. My username is Randalicious, rank 6 overall. Feel like I have a lot of experience. This game needs automated trading desperately. I have done more trading than most, so obtaining items for skilling is a piece of shit experience. Have wanted automated trading since the day one of old school RuneScape. That's Randalicious, guys. Rank 6 overall saying that. We need GE. It's our only hope. I don't want to spend hours buying items that should only take 30 seconds to buy. I don't think GE would kill the social aspect of this game. I like ham. Me too, man. Had some ham recently. Gonna have some for Christmas. So right on with the ham. I feel automated trading with no offline trading is what we really need. A GE would certainly change things, but I wouldn't mind if there was a sort of tax system for each trade for a money sink. Not a bad idea. But then what happens if you want to sell something and you don't have the money, or you want to buy something and you don't have the money? I mean, if you sell something you don't have the money, they could take the price out of the amount you sell it for. But if you want to buy something and you don't have the money, then you're kind of screwed. Well, if you don't have the extra money above what you're buying, if that makes sense. Time spent sitting around trying to sell obscure items is not skill. It's not the same as time spent actually skilling or leveling combat skills. GE will ruin the game. Again, I'm not sure you can blame GE for ruining the game before. I think it was like there's a lot of factors into it, is all I'm saying. I'm not gonna disagree with you outright, but there's a lot of other factors. GE is out of laziness, and I love it for that reason. There's a lot of you guys are honest today. A lot of time I leave drops behind that add up, and over time, let me read this again. A lot of time I leave drops behind that add up and over time, but are hard to sell. Okay, I read it wrong because it's not written that well. With the GE, this would be negated. Just throw in the items and they sell easier. Although the player base is much smaller and things will be hard to sell, it would be great for the game. I want buy offers, but not automatic trading. Maybe don't group the two next time. I addressed that early in the video. Maybe I don't know if you listened. I'll address it again. Mod Ash explicitly had said he couldn't offer buy offers without automatic trading due to the fact that they're working off the same back end as RS3 is with the GE. So I was just surveying what was currently possible. Maybe Ian could do something with the engine to change the way that works, but I was just wanted to get an accurate representation on this, what was possible currently. So I apologize if that upset you and I didn't make that clear at first. I'm used to having the GE, so I find it extremely hard to sell or buy items. The spam in Varrock Bank is also very annoying. I agree, the spam does annoy me. It really does, and if you don't have your filter on to see everyone's auto messages thing, all you'll see is the people who are using the auto typer still, and people are still using the auto typer because then you'll see it no matter what. So I don't really agree with that. Don't kill merchanting again. See, another conflicting. It either kills merchanting or makes it very easy. I'm not sure which one or the other. I'm not going to say which one it does because I have not researched into it. I know that the max and min price made merchanting a lot easier because you can just buy arms and hoard them, and then the price would go up, and you can dump them, and the price would drastically fall. But I don't think we would have a price cap because we don't have restricted trading, so I don't think that would happen. And if there was no suggested price or something like that, that also might make it harder. We need to make 07 more appealing to casual players to get old players back. GE please. Voting sucks donkey D. Honestly, the GE promoted merchanting. Lots of clan moved on to aspect of GE as soon as released. While stock price may have been problematic, average prices shouldn't be that big of an issue. Old school RuneScape can't remain the same as 2007. There has to be a change for it to remain running. My dick is huge. That is a comment that someone wrote, but it's also a fact for myself. I don't have much time. I don't want to sell a few items quick. Oops, you really can't. Besides getting quest items, selling junk items like seeds from Slay, etc. is a real pain. GE was so fun. I used to sit in the GE, type random letters to see what the items. I used to sit in the GE, type random letters to see what items there are in game and how much they cost, etc. Would write more, but writing on the phone is a pain. I agree. I have a touchscreen and I missed the days when they had keyboards on the phones. I feel like I'm an old man. I missed the days when there was keyboards on the phones, but it was a lot easier to type with a keyboard. GE is the best trading method. I don't know why people hate it. The only people against GE are merchants and those who do not understand how the GE works on old school RuneScape. If there is no shown price, the max price, min price, it can't be abused by merchants. Merchants are currently ruining the game, and most of them are bots. I know most of them are bots. I've seen a lot of bot merchants. In 1702, I'm 1702, not in 1702. This is not a history lesson, people. I'm sorry. I'm 1702 total, 109 combat with an okay bank, but IMO HU would be nice. This guy's like, I'm gonna start with the bragging and then get to my point. Oh, I'm just joking. But IMO HU would be nice, but it fixed for a few months. To solve this problem, we need to meet in the middle for both sides. But how? That's my question. What do you think? A middle ground of between GE and what we have now. Maybe the trading post or offline trading. That could seem like a middle ground between people. Like, get the trade done, but then make it hard to like go to sleep and merchant at the same time. Then you could just kind of leave your account logged in other ways to ensure that. I mean, it's very, you get into all these different variables, and then like you're saying, I don't know, it just seems like a big balancing issue. Full GE equals rip nat prices. Are nature's worth a lot currently? Because I remember from the beginning of when I played RuneScape till now, they kind of dropped a hell of a whole lot. Automated trading makes the balance of RS shift from adventurous and problem solving to running to the GE and buying shit. That is, I guess, a true statement in a way. It is adventurous and problem solving currently, but then for some people, it could be agitating. I don't know. I guess it really reflects. It really depends on the person playing the game, if that's a good thing or not. The Grand Exchange, as convenient as it was easily manipulated. There is a reason that only RuneScape uses a system like that for trading. It ruins the economical value of items. AQPW, GE sucks. People who are saying GE is an old school, it was released in 2007. We have 2014 content in game, which isn't old school at all. Again, not wrong. GE, please. The reason I believe we need a GE... Excuse me, I gotta clear my throat. The reason I believe we need a GE is to make bossing more appealing. Granted, it's very profitable now, but there are a lot of valuable drops, runes, logs, etc. that are hard to sell in small quantities. Trading is a skill. I do not wish it to be devalued by automatic merchanting. Zybiz was absolutely fine. If we had an in-game Zybiz, then it'd be perfect. Isn't the trading post sort of an in-game Zybiz? I mean, it's not as good, but it could be there, I guess. I am a sick cunt, so add me. Valrog. Thanks, Valrog. Titties. I like them. Do not let merch clans dump item as it was before. I don't think that would affect it if there was no min-max price. I don't think they could actually do that. I'm not sure. Fuck mod ro nen. Cheers, mate. Cheese, mate. Cheese, mate. Cheese, mate. Sounds like I'm saying cheese, mate. I don't do very good accents. Oi, mate. Cheese. Cheese, bruv. There is one question here. Is making it slightly more convenient for you to buy items worth ruining the merchanting and the economy? That is not the one question here, but I mean, I don't want to pick on you for your comment, but the way your wording is, like, there's only one statement here that is correct, and it is the statement I am making, which is not really correct, but I'll read it anyway. There's one question here. Is making it slightly more convenient for you to buy items worth ruining the merchanting and economy? Remember when glories were 100k before GE came out, before crashing to 40k and now recovering? GE does not belong in the game. We may as well change the items required for quests to just money at that point. I do not remember the thing about glories. I remember that it went down slowly, from my experience. I never, like, even before I quit, they were like 60k, 70k, and I was quit before. Yeah, see, they're probably down, God knows how much now, but that's because they're probably not as good in the tier system that RS3 works with. Like, glory's probably not, I know it's tiered, and it has like hit critical. I don't really know how it works, but something like that. So it's probably not good in a tier system. Please do not add GE. Waiting for that data. Well, I'm delivering that data. So yeah, this is the number of daily responses. Kind of went down, but there was still some today. Surprisingly, I was surprised. Let me just go through again. Scroll down if you want to see it again. 4, 5, 14 responses. The summary of everything. Charts, pretty charts. This is weird. I found it very weird. It's like blue, and this is orange, and this is red, and this is orange, and this is green. I mean, I didn't pick these colors. I'm just wondering why. It's just randomly different. This was like randomly green. This one was like randomly blue, and this was like a different color orange than this. I don't know what Google is doing. Okay, so that's the 514 responses, which were outstanding. Thank you all for responding. And yeah, it seems like the general consensus is people want something done, either automated trading or a full GE, with more people in favor of full GE than they are automatic trading. But a resounding overall yes is what it seems like. Yes, we want something done that makes trading easier, either via automatic trading with no offline or a full GE with more. It's like very few. As you can see, 19% in the first question, 16% are against anything being done, which is, again, weird that 19% voted they don't want anything to be done in the first question, and then 3 of those percentages voted the second question they would want something to be done. Maybe they don't like these ideas, but then if like it came down to these 2 ideas, they would rather have one of these than not anything. That's a possibility. That makes actually sense to me now that I think about it more in depth. That's all. Bye, guys. Thank you again. Hope you enjoyed data, mod Matt data.